Hello all and welcome to the Mug Life DIY. I am Julia and I am so excited that you decided to stop by my channel. And today I'm going to be kicking off my Halloween. I have always just kind of been by the wayside with the times table schedule of the crazy YouTube / retail world. So if you are a slacker in all things seasonal decor, come on board the dark side. I am still making fall decorations in my house. So if you're still on that, you do you. Be and do whatever makes you happy. So I am taking I actually believe I got it from Walmart, a clearance piece last year. And of course, y'all know my love and my clearance finds. I think I paid like 90 cents for it because why pay full price when you can buy something half price and make it your own? That's the fun of it. So I kind of just popped off that back section, and then I'm using my favorite Mod Podge water spritzer spray hack and attaching, or I shall say reattaching it to the back. But it wouldn't be me if, hey, I figured out there are little nails and I had to individually take off every single nail, and this one was evil. And it's always the projects that you think are going to be so easy that end up literally driving you insane. Like some of the nails came out amazingly, and then there was a couple of them I couldn't quite get all the way out, so I didn't want to damage my little frame piece. So I used a couple different of my little pliers and wiggled and finessed the nails as best as I could, and then just smushed the rest of them as far in as I could. And then I just hot glued my back side board back to my frame, because I think eventually I could make this into a double-sided decor piece, because I really liked the pattern. Yes. The pattern of see, it's so cute. It's like a crosshatch. Oh, it's so cute. Anyways, so I wanted to keep it just, future, but this theme I'm going with as of right now is kind of like woodsy, haunted. Like, think of Edgar Allen Poe if he was a fairy in a dark forest and there were elves around. Yeah, that's the vibe we're going for. Okay. Yeah, no. Sometimes I don't know what's going on in my brain, but just roll with it. So I'm taking a whole bunch of my Dollar Tree finds that I have had from previous years, a couple of new finds, like this little velvety, oh golly, what is he called? He is a spider. Yes. This little black velvety spider. I have never picked him up before, and I just thought he was really cute. I don't know if that's the right word. Anyways, so I glued him down to my board. I'm taking some greenery moss that I had laying around, and I'm just kind of there's no, I don't know what to call it. Okay. I'm just letting my creative juices go, and I'm just gluing the moss wherever it makes me happy. Okay. And I bought these really cool cogwheels. I believe at Joann's or Michael's, and I'm like, it kind of works. It's like that pop punk. Oh my gosh. Words are just not working at all today. It is late at night. So this is what you guys get. I glued those to the top of my spider, and bam, this project number 1. Well, of course I had to be extra. Added some glue webs, because this is the only time of year when the string from your hot glue is acceptable. Voila, life hack for you. Okay, project number 2, my favorite of all projects. I love using the napkins. I picked up one of these packs from Dollar Tree, and we got to craft with it. So I'm taking it and completely pulling apart. I wasn't sure what the full picture was when I bought it, but I just kind of cut around. I knew I definitely wanted the raven and as much of the words and the little poison bottle as possible. And that was about as far as this project went. as far as planning. So I just kind of went through my stash and tried a couple of different pieces, had fun just kind of seeing what I had. And I ended up going with, I believe it was from the summer collection at Dollar Tree. Yep. That's what, when you buy multiples of things, use what you got. It's way more fun crafting with your stash and being creative. It's so much fun. So I am using this little house, and we're going to turn this beach house into a haunted house into, amazing. So, okay. And this kept happening. Apparently I'm just too strong. And when I was trying, do you see the little thing that kept falling down on me? Oh, okay. So I always do this. I don't know why. I struggle at first. I'm like, yeah, I'll just scrape it off and just struggle. Why don't I just use the heat gun to begin with? I don't know. Always use a heat gun. It works 10 times faster, and look at that peel. Hack number 2, guys. Just don't do as I do, or as I learn from my mistakes, guys. Okay. And also, mistake number 2, I used way too much Mod Podge. I didn't think it was too much, but apparently it was. So also, point, less is more with the Mod Podge. Less is more. Okay, so it took forever to dry because I did such a thick layer of that Mod Podge. But, this piece ain't moving, okay? It's there. It is there. Now, the main part that I wanted on this piece was the raven. And like I said, that little bottom poison piece with the words. And I just thought the words were just really pretty. It was kind of like a script font, almost like a book font, or not a book, like a handwritten journal kind of look. And I just loved it. I had to let that dry. That took forever, and then I just used my sanding block and got all of those edges off. Now, I popped the little back wooden roof, yes, wooden roof section, and I'm going to paint it first in that kind of black that matches the bottom of the napkin, and just wiped off any of the excess and glued that back down to the front. And Dollar Tree never finishes any of the edges. So you want this to really be complete and just finished and have an overall beautiful aesthetic. Paint all of those edges in the black, and bam, that project is done. All right, moving right on to project 3. This one's going to be a 2-sided decor piece. Now, I've had these, I believe, for a couple of years, and I have crafted with them several times, but I am going to leave that one side, the gather, completely alone. And then I am just going to paint the other side. So this will be perfect for Halloween and tiered tray for Thanksgiving. So I'll be able to use both sides of it, which I love doing, and it just works out great. So I wanted more of the raven on this little mini house. So I just scooted it over the little napkin part and learned from my mistake. I didn't use as much Mod Podge. And because I didn't use that much Mod Podge, I was able to immediately use my sanding block and get all of those edges off. You live and you learn, okay? And also, I definitely need to go to Dollar Tree and pick up another sanding block because my poor sanding block, it's about done. Now, I decided to go with this fawn color, probably because I have 3 jars of it and I really need to use it. But I thought it was a really good neutral thing for both sides. And I'm using my greenery garland, which I absolutely love. I actually think it's from the spring or even maybe Christmas section at Dollar Tree. And I wrapped that around. And here is my favorite part of this little raven house. I'm using some of the Dollar Tree greenery moss, and I am gluing/burning my fingers off all the way up at the top. And that project is done. We're going to move right on to project 4. And this is how you know. I bought this exact foam skull in black, but lost it. Okay. Lost it in my craft stash/hoard. And so I had to be redundant. And it took 2 layers of the black paint to really give it good coverage. So I'm just letting y'all know, if you guys can find these in already painted black, do it. So once it was completely dry, or I'm going to say 95% dry, I just started dry brushing with my white acrylic paint. I originally wanted an ivory color, but I couldn't find the paint I was looking for. So I just kind of dry brushed the white in just different sporadic places. And then I'm going in with that Waverly Fawn color, which it really kind of looked more green and a mossy undertone when I layered it on the black with the white. So I was really, really happy with that khaki, mossy, green vibe, because in my head, that's what I was definitely going with. Now, originally, I say originally because, I craft as I go. And I was thinking of using the Halloween flowers that I picked up. And when I started kind of placing them on the skull, I don't know, it reminded me more of the Mexican holiday, Day of the Dead, and it wasn't quite the look I was going for. And I love, sugar skulls and things like that, but it wasn't the vibe I was going for. So I'm working through it, and I'm like, yeah, it's okay, but I wasn't entirely happy with it. And I kept, when you're crafting and you're like, I can make it work. I can make it better. And you keep going when you should stop. This is that moment. I was like, what am I doing? I'm just gonna, let's add some of this greenery. That's gonna fix it. And then I feel like it made it worse. Like, what am I doing? I don't know. Like, I was like, it's a vine. And then it's bad. I'm like, yeah, add moss. Moss fixes everything, because that's kind of like the look I was going with all of them. But now all I see is like a curly headed flower puff on top of my skull, because that's my hairdo 99% of the time. It's just like a little fluffy curly ball on top of my head, and that's what this reminded me of. Oh, it's so bad. And also, word to the wise, you can't use a high heat glue gun on the foam. Like, I knew that, but like not entirely, because I kept turning my glue gun on and off to try to like lower the temperature, and I was still like burning through this poor, what is foam, styrofoam? I'm just, what am I doing? I'm still going. I'm just powering through. I'm like, I got this. Nope, finally. Okay. Then I just started to scale back and see which parts I did like. I did really like that kind of mossy green leaf, and I really liked the moss. So I just started kind of placing that around one side of my skull, and just kind of kept burning my fingers off and kept layering it. And it eventually worked. We're going to go with it. Okay. And a little pine cone for a flower. Oh, what shall we call this skeleton? This poor little foamy thing that you have had better days. And I still liked the vine, so I'm going back with the vine. Even though the vines were super hard to glue down, I had to glue/burn and then use the moss and then shove it into the styrofoam. Yeah. Things that you got it. Yep, I got it. Okay, so wasn't the greatest experience, but in the end, it works. Okay, I made it somehow. I just kept adding moss. Okay, just add a whole bunch of moss, and then you will have a beautiful Indiana Jones inspired mossy skull. Yes, moving on. And for our final project number 5, I am taking this Bookstack that I got on clearance for 90% off from Dollar General. And yes, I paid 30 cents for it. And originally I tried to just use my white paint to cover up, but I am much too impatient, and I knew that I would need to do several coats, and I didn't want to do several coats and dry and do all of that. I am on a timetable with my children, and real life. So I went with my blackish gray, blending out what I got, and decided to go the easy route and went with that gray ombre black color. And then just kind of roughly went over the top because I am going back to my just all-time favorite, this tissue paper, because it's beautiful, okay? So I just kind of roughly sized it out, and all I had to do was cut kind of along that line, roughly. I'm a beautiful cutter, and then use my wonderful Mod Podge and place it down first and evenly. And also, I don't know if I mentioned this in my other tissue paper, you want to peel off the kind of backside of the tissue. So I guess that's considered 2-ply, and you pull it apart, and you're only going to use that front section of the tissue paper. I just wasn't sure if I said that. And then I kind of just smoothed it over my book edges and sanded it off. Now this one, my beautiful, is is dedicated to Edgar Allen Poe, for all of the Raven fans and weirdos that loved reading that in high school, hands in the air. That is what I'm going with. I bought these little ravens off of Amazon. I believe I got a 6-pack. I will have that linked down in my description. And I just knew I wanted to create a Bookstack with a raven. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm using greenery with some moss and just kind of, going ever so lightly, we're going to say this is the raven's nest. I don't know. That's what I'm going with. And it was a lot harder to glue this bad boy on to the moss. So I feel like I should have glued him down first, then put moss on top. But, as I've said, I live and I craft and I learn as I go. Okay? I'm creative and spazzy, and this is how my brain goes. So I just added more moss just for that really organic vibe that I'm going for. And then I am using my, holy golly, my Tim Holtz, thank you, inking pad. I could not tell you where my actual ink stamper pad, my thing that you use, that thing's been gone a while. Taking some Dollar Tree stickers as embellishments for my cute little book stack. And I did cut it down because it was too long. So I did have to cut down both sides and re-glue it. And added a little bit of accents with my black paint on the front little books, on the sides, and on the back. And if you love any other Halloween decors, I will have my Halloween playlist listed down below so you can check out all of my crafts and ideas so you can just get crafting. Here's that first project. I am just in love with it. I think it's so cute. I mean, I have several pieces that I decorate my whole house with. So I'm thinking about decorating my bathroom and then my library, of course. And here are my bookshelves all poed out. And oh my goodness, he's so cute. My little raven, his little nest, and he is just chilling with the skull. And I don't know, it's got a vibe. I'm definitely loving it. I am kind of slowly transitioning for all of my Halloween decor. And that huge sign I did last year, I am just still in love with it. So that's what that random sign is. And here are my cute little raven houses. I mean, 2 definite little pieces that you could use on tiered trays anywhere in your house. I hope you guys loved these, are inspired, and that you will craft these on your own. Don't forget to tell me which one is your favorite. I hope you guys will let me know down below, and I will see you all next time.